You ever hear the phrase, you never want to meet your idols because they'll disappoint you? I don't think that's true. Here's my story. So back in, I think it was 2006, I went to one of those Get Motivated seminars. You remember those that they would invite a bunch of speakers and then you'd go there for like 2 or 3 days just to listen to all these fantastic speakers. And Zig Ziglar was one of them. And I'm just like a Ziglar fan, right? And so I remember going to the event. And I remember it was around that time, so it had to be 2008 actually. It was around that time that I had released a documentary called The Motivator. By the way, it's on YouTube for free. It's a documentary that I produce, and it's on YouTube for free. And in there I talk about how Zig Ziglar impacted my life as a speaker, right? He's like my guy. And so I remember I'm at the event and I'm showing the folks the DVD, right? I'm like, here's a DVD. Zig Ziglar's in it. Is there any way I can meet him, right? I'm just begging, say, is there any way? I just love to give him a copy. That's all. I just want to give him a copy. That's all I want. And they're like, nope, can't do it, right? And I remember being like totally deflated, right? Like, oh, all right. And I remember I was at the event still. And then I remember lunchtime, the host hotel where the event was at, the lunch areas were crowded. So I remember going across the street to the other hotel and I was getting lunch there, right? And somewhere in that lunch process, while I was getting lunch, I get a call and it's one of the organizers. Hey, Victor, Zig Ziglar has agreed to meet with you. We heard about the documentary. He agreed to meet with you, but you got to be here like now. And I'm like, oh, and I remember I just dropped whatever I had. I remember I ran through that hotel, crossed the street, probably almost got hit by a car. I don't know. Anyway, so I remember get to the place, get to the location where I'm supposed to be. And I'm just like, I'm sweating. I'm like out of breath. And I remember telling the lady, okay, I'm ready. She's like, no, you're not. You need to compose yourself, right? Like, get it together, Victor. So I was like, okay, breathe. So I went through the whole breathing process, tried to relax. And she said, you ready? I go, I'm ready. Like, it's my moment, right? I said, I'm ready. And so I remember walking in, right? And there he is, right there. Zig Ziglar, my guy, my man. Who, I've idolized this guy since like 1997 or something like that, right? When I first saw him. But anyway, there he is, right? And I remember I started talking to him, I'm just talking like, just blathering. I don't know what I was saying. And then somewhere in there, I finally caught my breath. And he says to me, well, you know who I am. Who are you? And I never introduced myself. That's how excited I was, and I forgot to introduce myself to him. And I said, well, my name is Victor Antonio. And then I kept talking more and more. And then somewhere in the conversation, this is true, I'm not making this up, I was talking, he was talking, and then I was talking, and then I just stopped. And I said, can I hug you? I said that to Zig Ziglar. I said, can I hug you? And he looked at me and he said, this is what he said. He said, sure. That's all he said. He said, sure. So I remember hugging Zig Ziglar, right? I'm like the happiest man. At that moment, I'm the happiest man on earth, I think, right? And then he says these magical words to me. He says, Victor, my wife, Red, that's his nickname for her. My wife, Red's a hugger, too. And I'm like, you're going to let me hug your wife, too? And I got to hug his wife also. And after that, we just had a nice conversation. And we ended the conversation, took a nice picture. And, it's one of those... Everything they said about the guy, the charm, the politeness, the charisma, all of that, the package, Zig Ziglar is the package. He's, like I said, he's my guy, right? And I remember walking out of there, I think I had a smile, again, plastered on my face for the 48 hours. I don't know. Who knows how long I was smiling for. But they always say, you never want to meet your idols, right? And I'm like, I don't think so. I was glad I met Zig Ziglar that day. So I hope one day you get to meet your idol. My guy was Zig Ziglar. Again, didn't disappoint. That's my Zig Ziglar story.